Welcome into NFL Takes by Tim. My name is Tim, and I'm the host of this podcast on YouTube. Make sure you hit that subscribe button below and like button as well. This podcast discusses the biggest and latest NFL news and stories and gives their biggest opinions about these stories. Today, the biggest topic I want to discuss revolves around the Detroit Lions, because last season they had a phenomenal year. They go 15-2. They get the NFC first round bye and then lose to the Washington Commanders and Jaden Daniels. But the bigger story coming out of Detroit isn't their 15-2 season, but the bigger story coming out of Detroit is you lose Ben Johnson to the Chicago Bears, you lose Aaron Glenn to the New York Jets, you lose multiple offensive linemen either to retirement or to another team, and the question revolving around the Detroit Lions is, are they going to take a step back this season? And the easy answer to that question is absolutely. The Detroit Lions are guaranteed to take a step back this season, because I promise you, the Detroit Lions will not win 15 games in the regular season. And I would bet that they do not accomplish and receive the first round NFC bye, which they did last season. But how far of a step back will they take? And Lions wide receiver, their stud, Amon-Ra St. Brown, is quoted saying this about their offense: "It's just a matter of time for us." Is it? Is it just a matter of time? It says this: "We feel like, as an offense, maybe this camp, there have been some struggles for us as an offense. But I think that's normal. You got new coaches and different moving parts, and you're going against a really good defense every day. Things can get tough. But for us as an offense, we know the ability that we have, the playmakers we have, the quarterbacks we have, the O-line. So it's just a matter of time for us. Keep getting better and improving is the name of the game for us right now." This is not what you want to see from a player about a team that lost their offensive genius to a division rival. What you want to see is a player, yeah, we're humming. We're dominating. We didn't skip a beat. We're looking the same. We're confident. We believe in each other. Because here's the problem. You don't struggle in training camp in a controlled setting and then go out there, play divisional rivals, and then are crisp. You don't practice like crap. You don't struggle in practice, and then in the real game, it all of a sudden gets easier and better. It's the exact opposite. You go from being great in practice to being good in games. You don't go from struggling in practice to great in games. So the Minnesota Vikings, the Chicago Bears, the Green Bay Packers, they have a leg up on the Detroit Lions this season, because the Detroit Lions lost significant pieces to their winning organization last season. And these quotes from Amon-Ra St. Brown should concern Detroit Lions fans. We feel as an offense, maybe this camp there have been some struggles for us as an offense. Well, that's not good, but I think that's normal. It's not normal to lose your offensive play caller and your defensive play caller and your offensive lineman, and then go the following season and get an NFC first round bye. The Detroit Lions are in major trouble because they are not the powerhouse that they were last season. And maybe there were some injuries that they acquired last season and they got some guys healthy defensively. But offensively, they are not going to be the same team. You don't lose a play caller like Ben Johnson, replace him with whomever, and then they just pick up right where they're left off. And that's what we're seeing. Ben Johnson was a unique play caller in the fact that he didn't call a normal game. He'd have a trick play here, a trick play there. And he was able to disguise things offensively that ordinary play callers can't do. You can't just replace a Ben Johnson overnight and pick up where you left off. And that's why we're seeing these quotes from Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think that's normal. You got new coaches and different moving parts, and you're going against a really good defense every day. And this is in a division with the Green Bay Packers, who are always competitive, the Chicago Bears, who stole their offensive play caller, and the Minnesota Vikings, who won 14 games last season. So you look at the revolving door of coaches and players that are within the Detroit Lions, and there is no way in hell that they are the same team they were last year. You don't replace coaches and players at the amount of key positions and personnel that they did, and you don't skip a beat. They are going to struggle. And you're going to see it because in practice, here's where my mind goes. In practice, you have controlled settings. You know what play is coming. In a game, when you've got a play clock and you've got distractions and you've got crowd noise and you're trying to get the play in and the coach is trying to figure out what play you call, all of those things matter. So if you're struggling as an offense in practice, it's not going to get any easier when the real thing begins. And if you're a Detroit Lions fan, this quote from their wide receiver should scare the crap out of you because of all of the reasons that I just explained. The Detroit Lions will not win the NFC North this season because of the changes they've had offensively and defensively. And what's so interesting about the Lions is they go 15-2. They beat Minnesota in the last game of the year last season to win the NFC North and receive that first round bye. And they lose to the Washington Commanders in their first playoff game. So not only do you lose in the first round, but you have the best record in the NFL. And you don't have anything to show for it. It's not like you won a Super Bowl and then Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn left to different destinations. You didn't accomplish a single thing last season. And still, the Chicago Bears and New York Jets are plucking your best coaches, your best personnel. So as far as I see it, the Detroit Lions are absolutely screwed this season. And they are in a very, very difficult situation because you went 15-2. You have your quarterback coming back. You have Jahmyr Gibbs. You have Aiden Hutchinson returning from injury. But when you lose offensive linemen and the two play callers offensively and defensively, there's only one possible way to go, and it's taking a step back. And when I see this report and these quotes, it's not good. That is not what you want to see from a player discussing new personnel and a new situation. You want them to praise it, give glory to the coaches, and say, we haven't missed a beat. We look as sharp as ever, and we're smooth. If he is saying, Amon-Ra St. Brown, that is, that they're struggling in camp offensively, then it is far worse than what he's actually saying. You don't paint things to look as bad as they actually look. You try to add a little softness to it. You try to make it look better. So if he's saying we've had some struggles, what that really means is that the Detroit Lions stink offensively in training camp. So something to keep an eye out for sure. Thanks for joining the show today. Hit that subscribe button and like button below. And I hope you enjoy NFL Takes by Tim.